Hello, I'm Wanda Wen. Thank you so much for coming to the Sulip Fix. So I'm really excited to show you this project, and the reason why is, throughout my life, I haven't had a paper store for all my life, but I've always loved paper, and I've always loved figuring out and thinking outside the box with what to wrap presents with. And I remember I was working at Perry Ellis for my dear friends Rich Townsend and Tom Hoffman, and I had to wrap a gift, and there was really nothing to wrap with. So I just went into the back office, and what are typical ingredients in a back office? Copy paper, tape. So I thought, okay, I'll just use copy paper and tape. And I happen to have a sage plant in my office. So then my mind went to work. So I'm going to teach you what I call the copy paper wrap. Actually, it kind of sounds like a rap song. Anyone out there that wants to make me create a song, a copy paper wrap, I'm right here. All right, so I need to wrap this box, and I need to make a piece of paper that's big enough for the box. So just taking copy paper, white copy paper, and let's see, I'm gonna put this up here, putting this together. I'm basically taping 4 sheets of paper together, and I'm hoping that this will be plenty to wrap around this box. And if it doesn't, I'll make it happen. I will make it happen. Okay. So I've got this. So I'm just setting these up as a quadrant, okay? So now I'm gonna make, I don't know, I don't have a fancy name for this, but I'm gonna make some tape, some decorative tape. So I just have packing tape, and I always have stones around me because I use them in my work a lot, but for this particular purpose, I use it to hold the tape so it doesn't stick on my hands, and it makes working with tape just a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm gonna measure out a piece of tape that I need for this side, and I'm gonna trim. Okay. All right. We're gonna do, I ultimately need 2 pieces of tape. One tape that will tape in the vertical, and then one tape that'll tape the horizontal. But we're gonna do the vertical first. And I have a sage plant. Look how gorgeous this is. I have never seen blossoms on a sage plant like this. I just love it. And if you watched my previous video, you'll see that I use these as a gift topper. So sweet, so sweet. Okay, so I'm just gonna pluck some sage leaves. I just love sage, love sage. And I'm just going to place these front side down on top of the tape, just in a very simple pattern, about, 3/4 of an inch apart. I am very much inspired by nature, and I think there's so much in nature that we can appreciate and that we should appreciate and celebrate, ultimately. So here we are creating using pieces of nature. And you certainly don't need to go out and go buy a plant at the nursery. You can just step outside wherever you are and use whatever is growing around you. I guarantee there's something beautiful just outside your space. Okay. Okay, here we are. Got my sage leaves. I'm gonna add one more here, just for good measure. Okay, now this is the trick. Make sure that all your sage leaves are pressed down so they don't fly away when you pick up this tape, because oh boy, that would be, it would just make a little bit of more work for yourself. Okay, so this is what results. How great is this? Now, I've also used this trick when I'm packing a box, like to send to someone. So fun to have this created, and it also being functional. Okay, so I'm basically placing the sage leaves smack in the center of the seam, and the key is, oh gosh, the key is the pieces of paper moving, and I'm having just a little bit of an issue. Let me see if I can. Okay. Okay. Because once you put the tape down, that's it. That's it. All right. There we go. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna trim on one side, trim the excess tape, and I'm gonna trim the other side, the excess tape. So do you see how I'm using these river rocks? It's just a nice, it's like a nice handle. And then you don't get your hands stuck, and then the tape gets stuck to your hands, and then you're trying to take the tape off, and then it gets stuck to your hair, and then, oh my gosh, all breaks loose. Okay, all right. My paper moved a little bit, but it's okay. I can smooth things out. Okay, so now I'm gonna make another piece of decorative tape, peeling off the end, using a stone to secure this. I'm going to just eyeball the length that I need. Okay, trimming. One other little trick is when I'm using packing tape, I always sort of dog ear one corner so that the next time I'm using this, I can easily find the end, right? It's a super helpful trick, saves a lot of time. All right, so I'm gonna, so that my little plant doesn't feel nude totally on one side, I'm just going to pick around him so that my pickings are sort of equal, so he doesn't feel so lopsided, all right? Plants have feelings too. They do, they're living beings, these little guys. Okay, so again, I'm just putting the sage leaves top side down, so the good side is against the tape. And once again, I guarantee you don't need to go to the nursery to go get a plant. You can just simply step outside your own environment, and there is all kinds of beauty growing, or have, you know, leaves that have fallen down from the trees. And those of you that live in really woodsy areas, boy, you have a plethora of decorative items. Okay, I think I have enough. Let me see. I do. Okay, so again, notice how I have a hair in my mouth, and I almost just stuck the tape on my face. Okay, notice how I use these as handles. It makes it super easy. I'm gonna position the sage leaves on the center seam. Carefully place it down. And then I'm going to trim one side over here, trimming the tape so that it's basically at the border of the paper, and trimming the other side. And here you go. You have a great piece of paper, right? Okay, so now I can wrap. Simply, let's see, let's do it this way. Let me just make sure that I like this design. Okay, I like it. Yep, okay. How fun is this, right? So, you know, you can really scour your environment, and if you take the time, you think outside the box, you generally can find items, materials, ingredients that you could wrap with or decorate with. Basically, be creative and think outside the box, right? Who would have ever thought that copy paper and packing tape could be so much fun, right? I'm gonna treat the ends. I normally probably would trim the paper a little bit, but because I love this wrapping paper that I made, I just kind of want to keep the whole thing so that when someone unwraps it, they can see exactly how this was created. Maybe use this for themselves, right? Use this technique for themselves. Okay. I'm going to bring this side up and do this side, so I'm coming into the corners, into the 90-degree angle, creasing wherever I go. These are classic Wanda Wen gift wrap tips. Okay. When you crease deliberately, it gives the gift just that extra finish. Okay. There you go. And there you have it. Copy paper wrapping. Okay. So this is one of the projects in my book, The Art of Gift Wrapping. There's a few copies available. It's out of print, but I do have some copies available. So certainly you can go onto my website and purchase it, The Art of Gift Wrapping. But here's the project. So if you're missing something, or if you don't understand what I just did, you can go to this part in the book and you can see it right here. All right, that's the Sulip Fix for today. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.